Grand Rising. I ain't driving nowhere. I'm just in my driveway with this shit. I'm a wizard. I wouldn't be driving with a mug. It's in the driveway, but Grand Rising, good morning. Why is it morning? Why is it a good morning? Because you was just in the death state, and your morning yourself is a good morning because you woke up from death, from the dead, sleep. Now, since we're talking about morning or the dead, the death state, I don't know if you guys got the intuitive nudge or awareness of dimensions trying to interlock, trying to merge together. Through my experience, it feels like things are flipping fast and then flipping back to normal. I discussed this with one of my brothers, but that's neither here nor there. But it is here. So the two dimensions trying to merge together. I feel like one feels like it's being abandoned. So that's why it's trying to merge with this reality, with this plane right here. Or for example, like this. You got one circle, one dimension, and your other dimension. See that space in the middle, which is your dark space, your void. It's called like a Vesca Pisces or something like that. It's the Audi symbol though, but if you was to take that out, that thing in the middle is your dark space, is your awareness. Call that your prime meridian, your center point, your pineal, whatever you want to call it. But that pineal creates awareness, the eye, perception. And that's what whatever is trying to merge secretes out from that middle point. Well, so smoking in the car. So I could say it's the astral realm, you know, the dream realm, the when you're asleep, it's trying to merge with this reality, and it's trying to flip around and to flip back fast. It's also correlated to like the ringing of your ear. Some people, let me elaborate or clarify this, especially when your ears ring. After a while, it's supposed to be a feeling. It's supposed to be an automatic feeling, but it has to do with a timeline, a future event that is coming up, or a presence that surrounds you, a presence, like someone, something. And it's funny that I say something because I had a dream the other day. I was not trying to decode that. Me saying I'm not trying to decode it, meaning that I didn't let the ego get the best of me and trying to figure it out right away. Because then you start, moving and doing things that are not associated to or in the same cadence as your day is supposed to go. So I'll tell you a little bit about my dream. It was like we was on a ship and this Native American came and said, yo, my name is Walker. And in my dream, I'm like, who this Paul Walker? Paul Walker? Like Walker. I'm like, he had the feathers on his head and anything like that. I'm like, Walker. I'm like, Skinwalker. Don't they practice the magic of skinwalking? And skinwalking, it's like you know, you can say shaman or whatever, but these natives were transferring their consciousness into an animal. It's like, I'm her wizard, she's my witch or whatever. That's the mug. That's what it say, you know. So witches would transfer their consciousness, especially into cats, to alert them of what's going on, the presence or whatever. It's beyond the ringing of the ear. So the ringing of your ear is it's like a phone call. It's like a horn. So you're supposed to pick up that phone call. You pick it up by being aware. Now you observe. Don't just be like, oh, my ear just rung. Oh, it rung for a reason. Try to figure out the reason without your ego being attached to it. Meaning, don't try to pinpoint it with every little thing that you see. You got the opportunity to sit back and observe. So your ears ringing, meaning it means that there's a presence. Somebody's calling your phone, or when you pick up the phone is to alert you of a future event, a time point that is coming up. So the dream, he said walker, I said skinwalker. So these skinwalkers was, you know, transfer their consciousness. That's why they got like wolf tribe and animal tribes, the crow tribe and things of that nature. So when that consciousness jumps in the body of an animal, ancestor, you see the an, right? An is when you say an, it's meaning continuation of something prior. So it's a continuation. And animal, ancestor, anesthetic, you could keep going, is a continuation of something. So, but these skinwalkers also have a negative polarity to them too. So it's a animal that jumped in a body. I'll say in another polarity, another dimension. An animal that jumped in a human body, or a human body without the body, just the consciousness, jumps into an animal. And these things they eradicate the killing taboo. If I was to jump in an animal, the killing taboo of me killing, it's over, because that's the animalistic nature of it. Now, they go in and they'll, you know, control your conscious mind, control your thoughts, bring disease, a harmful environment around your home. So that killing taboo is over. Being that is an animalistic nature. If I jump into a tiger now, I can kill you. So what? Would I in verbatim? Would I go to hell for that? Feel me? Understand what I'm saying? So this is the war. So in that dream state, now back to the dream state. I don't really do. I haven't got to that point yet, but I do dream interpretations on my own. So this video is primarily to teach you a system that works for me. So I'm not gonna make this that long. Hopefully, you know, I'm not going on a tangent and I'm being a little concise, but it's so much information that it's hard to stay concise. Like, but it is not at the same time, if you understand what I'm saying. So this is a spiral as well. Show you the Vesica Pisces, two things trying to merge together. It turns into a spiral in the middle. In the middle. So the spiral is correlated to your dream, Morpheus, whatever you want to call it, sand. Sand man, I made a prior video on that. Um, so what I'm saying is that in order to interpret your dreams, you could to decipher your dreams first is killing of the ego. You got to kill your ego. Now let me explain that a little more in detail. So throughout your day, in order to interpret your own dreams to see what they mean, I want you to start asking yourself the correct questions. Now back to the Vesica Pisces, that void in the middle. We also have voids or dark spaces that happen throughout our day. When things are moving fast, when you're doing something, and then all of a sudden you feel a calmness. You feel that. You should feel that. The calmness of there's nothing. What I'm going to do next. So in that void right there, I want you to ask yourself the correct questions. Like, how am I feeling right now? Why did I move the mop over there? Should I sweep? Like, I want you to start asking yourself the correct questions in these voids. Self-talk is very important in these dark spaces because that adds to your lucidity. You got to be lucid in these dark spaces. Don't be just dead. Don't be a dead vessel. Once you start practicing and exercising this muscle in these dark spaces throughout your day, when you're awake, when you're aware, it'll transfer over and factor into your dreams. And it's funny because the dream realm affects and factors over to your reality. I believe so that when we was an embryo in our mother's womb, we was dreaming about this place. So we're experiencing that. But you wouldn't dream if you wasn't here. So it's the same thing backwards. It's the law of correspondence, law of polarity. You have to exercise this muscle here. So when you do go to sleep, start asking yourself these questions throughout your day in your dark spaces, your voids. Because when you do that, it'll transfer over. That's exercising your ego as well. Is being not an enemy to your ego. You kill them and then you bring them back. You resurrect them and you show them. You unlearn and relearn. That's what that means. So I want you to start exercising that muscle, those train of thoughts in your day. So when you do go to sleep, it'll happen on its own. You'll start questioning things in that dream realm. Things that happen, and in the dream you'll be like, why does he have on the red shoes? And that's where it starts. And that's how you can start interpreting your dreams. That's very important because your ego will start adjusting itself to the new you. So even when you wake up, don't and you're trying to figure out your dream, do not use artificial lights to get you up right away. When you get up, either if you're laying down, I like to get up and sit down with the lights off. And then I walk, either I meditate, whatever you want to call it. I walk around the house with the lights off until I regain my awareness from my dream state. And then after I regain my awareness, I flick the lights on. Because if you notice, it's like Men in Black. Soon as you turn the lights off, you turn the lights on, you forget what the fuck just happened. So the light has a lot to do with it because it brings it back to a whole. So in order to decode that or decipher that, stay in the dark for a little bit. And things will start coming to you. But don't turn on the lights immediately. because that's artificial light. Especially, you could do it. You could open up your blinds, but it is still the sun to bloop you, boop, and it's trying to wake you up, like, mom, like that, like the sun, mom, dad. It's trying to get you out of that state. It's the same concept as it being the baby or being or your kid. That's the son, the little kid. So it's trying to make you not intentionally forget, but it's like, hey, wake up. Pay attention to me now. I'm not trying to say the sun is bad. The sun is actually one of the greatest things, because it gives you consciousness and it brings you back to your imagination, your child. But you have to navigate through your ego. First, I want you to start asking yourself the best questions you can ask yourself, especially in your dark spaces. It's very, very imperative for your awareness here, and your awareness in your death state. So I don't want to say too much, because if I bombard you with information, you won't have enough space, a void, to create your own perception of information. I'll just bombard you, and then you'll try to use that. Don't just go off that. So this system worked for me. Hopefully it works for you. Hopefully that's some value to you, so you could be aware of what's going on. And both the unconscious and the dream unconscious, and then your aware states, your awoken state. You're aware, up. The sun's beaming now. See, the sun loves me, but you gotta communicate with that too, so it doesn't affect you. So hopefully that was a little morning talk right there, some value. Appreciate y'all. I'm gonna let the sun shine on my face real quick. Thank y'all. Y'all have a good day. You know what I'm saying?